Okay, good afternoon everyone. Today, me and my group, we are presenting on the Canny Ong case, where this is a tragic example of gender-based violence in public space. So first, let's talk about the broader issue, which is the gender-based violence, which remains a serious global threat to women's safety lah. Especially, so it often happens in urban areas like parking lots, where everyday activities can suddenly become a dangerous place. So the Canny Ong cases from June 2003 in Malaysia brings this into the sharp focus, which involved the brutal abduction, rape, and murder of 28 years old Canny Ong Leetha. So the perpetrator was Ahmad Najib bin Aris, a 27 years old airline cabin crew member with no prior criminal record. So he appeared completely normal and attacked a random stranger in an opportunistic way. So this crime shocked the entire nation, especially Malaysia lah. So then it's sparking outrage and heavy media coverage. Then it also exposed major gaps in urban security, such as poor lighting and limited CCTV. So as a result, it led to important reforms where we should enhance CCTV systems, better lit parking areas, and the introduction of designated women's parking zones closer to entries in malls across Malaysia. So basically now we can see that there's a lot of specific parking for women in a lot of malls, for example like Aeon, IOI Mall and others lah. So from a criminological view, the case challenge myths about the perpetrators, where they don't always have obvious red flags like mental illness, substance abuse, or childhood trauma, but instead it highlights hidden traits like lack of empathy, then manipulates behavior, emotional detachment, and a need for dominance and control. So it also sheds light on victim responses, such as the freeze reaction or tonic immobility, which it can happen under extreme threat or even for someone trained in a self-defense. So in this in our presentation, so we will explore the investigative process using forensics, CCTV, and DNA, where the judicial proceedings, the offender's psychological profile, and the need for proactive safety measures. So ultimately, the case reminds us that the true safety requires both physical improvement and a better understanding of psychological factors to prevent impunity in gender-based crimes. So next, I will pass to Aziz.
Okay, thank you, Shira. So as we know, Canny Ong case, one of the famous criminal case in Malaysia. Okay, so this case happened on 13 June 2003 when Canny Ong, 28 years old, okay, was kidnapped at the Bangsa Shopping Centre after dinner with her mother and sister. Okay, so CCTV and witnesses show a man, Ahmad Najib, okay, Ahmad Najib bin Aris, 27 years old, raping her. He took her car and drove away. Okay, so Canny Ong was raped and murdered after that. Her body was later burned in the remote area in the Puteri Jaya. Okay, so the police investigate carefully using DNA test, witness interview, and CCTV footage. Okay, DNA evidence matched with Ahmad Najib. Okay, after that he was arrested in 20 June 2003. In 2005, the Shah High Court found him guilty of rape and murder. He was sentenced to death and was carried out in September 2016. Okay, so I think that's all for my part. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to my part. Okay, my part is finding of the case. So, the first is case background. The documentary reconstruct the events using CCTV footage, forensic evidence, eyewitness, and police record. It really shines a light on how failures in urban security system like indicate lighting and surveillance in parking areas can create opportunities for crimes like this. This is not just about what happened. It's a wake-up call for how everyday environments can be risky. So next, the second point is the victim profile. So the victim was Canny Ong, was 28 years old, Malaysian woman, and she working as an IT professional in San Diego, USA. She had returned to Malaysia to visit her father, who recovering from the colon cancer surgery. The incident took place at the Bangsa shopping complex in Kuala Lumpur, where the place a busy familiar spot. So this shows that the tragic events can happen to everyone, even in place where we feel safe. So the third point is the timeline of the crime. So on 13 June 2003, around 10:45 p.m., Canny Ong went alone to the underground car park to retrieve her family's Proton Tiara license plate was WFP 6871. She was attacked while entering the car, kidnapped and driven away, all in under 30 seconds, and it was captured on CCTV. This rapid sequence highlight how quickly opportunistic attacks can unfold, emphasizing the need for vigilance in isolated areas. So, the fourth point is suspect identification. So, the perpetrator was Ahmad Najib bin Aris, 27 years old, airline cabin crew member with no prior criminal record and no known connection to the victim. So, CCTV footage was pivotal in identifying him. Without it, the case might have gone unsolved. This reminds us that perpetrators don't always have obvious histories. They can blend into society. So, moving on to the point number 5, which is the nature of the crime. So, the victim was restrained and kidnapped, then strangled using a knot, rope, and stabbed repeatedly, puncturing both lungs. The cause of death was severe blood loss and rapid asphyxiation. There was evidence of a physical struggle and sexual assault confirmed by DNA. These details, while harrowing, illustrate the brutality of gender-based violence and how forensic science and can prove what happened beyond doubt. So next point is number 6, which is disposal of the body. So the body was hidden in a manhole tunnel near the Federal Highway in Petaling Jaya, covered with concrete and tires. On June 15, 2003, the suspect returned to burn the body using petrol, but the smoke alerted a highway patrol officer. So, burn injuries covered about 18% of the body surface. Ironically, led to its discovery, showing how criminals' mistake can aid investigation. So on the next slide, I will focus on the evidence that cracked the case. So the forensic evidence, the burn remains were recovered and identified with blood patterns found inside the victim's car. DNA evidence was key blood on the suspect trousers matched Canny Ong perfectly. Additionally, boot tread impressions at the crime scene match his footwear. This combination of physical and biological evidence is what makes modern forensics so powerful and delivering justice. So, point number 5 is arrest and confessions. So, the suspect was arrested on June 2003 at Pantai Dalam. The arrest was supported by CCTV evidence, bloodstains that reached to luminol. Luminol is the we learn in a chemical that detects hidden blood and those matching footwear impressions. So during the interrogation, he confessed to targeting targeting Canny as a convenient target. This confession, along with the evidence, sealed the case and highlight how quickly police can act with